When it comes to making your videos, time is a cruel mistress. She stalks you, haunts you, makes your every step radiate with fear. Sure, you might get this week's video out, but what about next week, huh? What about next week? And with every button you push, every image you compress, and every take you shoot, you're going further down that rabbit hole of doubt, worry, and confusion, and that's fatal to your hopes. That's why I've been working on whoa! That's it. Now anybody can make any number of videos they want. Oh, I bet you thought I was kidding. I usually hesitate to say there's one thing that can make all the difference when it comes to something as important as making video for your business. But after 5 years of on-again, off-again production of my video platform, I'm ready to tell you the secret of producing high-quality videos week after week without fail. Wish I'd done this 5 years ago. I'd be so much younger now. Hi, I'm Steve Washer, and this is the 1 Minute Authority. Over the last 3 videos, we've been looking at what it takes to generate really good content for a web series. And all I can say about this lesson is that if you're serious about using video to create an authority presence, these next few minutes could be life-changing, because today is about how you don't have to stop at making only one video. You can make effortlessly almost as many as you want without any stress. But before I talk about this, there are 2 other things I have to share with you. I know a video series may seem like just one more thing to do, but it's really the highest mountain you can climb in your marketing, or at least it's still seen that way. And for this reason, you will have almost zero competition in your niche. Others may create a video once in a blue moon, but when you create a series, you become a member of an exclusive club, and your business can grow in ways you might not have imagined. So that's the first thing. Just know, this is all worth it. Okay, let's talk process. Because the process is the process, even if you don't have the secret. It's just that the secret keeps you young while you're doing it, even when everything else goes off the rails. So, yeah, I'm feeling the need to warn you that this may seem too simple. Well, let me remind you that the best things usually are simple. And if you do it my way, then at the end of the day, you will not feel stressed out. Well, at least once you have the secret. So let's start by looking at this like a recipe for a high quality, special effects, musical extravaganza of a video. Then we can talk about how to scale it back. First, the ingredient list. You'll need a word processor, a teleprompter, lights, microphone, background, camera, and your favorite hot beverage. Now, the schedule. To set this, we simply work our way back from the moment we make the video public. Let's say that's Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. We count back 4 days, and that puts us at Friday. What happens on Friday? We decide on a topic, take some notes, and maybe even do a rough draft if we feel inspired. Then knock off for the day and replace our hot beverage for a cold one. On Saturday, we write, preferably early in the morning. Then we go do some other things. If we have time, we look at it again in the afternoon. Otherwise, we go set up the camera and background so we don't have to worry about that until we shoot. That's it for the day. Sunday is fun day. Now, this may sound like a lot to do, but it actually doesn't take much more time to do it than it does to say it. So here we go. Take one last look at the script, make any final changes, transfer the script to the teleprompter, turn on the camera, put on the microphone, check audio, check composition, roll tape, start the teleprompter, and 5 minutes later, you're done. Transfer the footage to the editing program, check and make sure it all looks and sounds okay, do a rough arrangement of clips, collect any images you're going to add, and call it a day. Notice that at this point we've put in about 2 hours total, and that includes writing and producing a very high-quality video with impeccable audio. Now it's Game of Thrones and Betty Bye, if you can sleep after watching Game of Thrones. Exciting day, because this is the final edit, which is basically dropping in our images, getting the audio right, arranging the music on the timeline, and exporting to YouTube. It's also the day we create the thumbnail images, write the blog post and YouTube description, and configure the email to send out tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. This is the longest part, and if you've gone a little crazy in the special effects department, it could take a few extra hours. Now, here's the thing. This is all backwards compatible. By that I mean, if you aren't using lights or a mic or music or images, you can eliminate one day from your schedule. If you aren't writing a script, you can eliminate one more day. So your unstressful 4-day schedule could be a 2-day schedule. And of course, to help you remember all the stuff you need to do across the full 4 days, including all the wonky web and computery stuff, there's a PDF right below this video with all the steps written out. Okay, now it's time to reveal the secret ingredient, because you might still be wondering if you can actually do it. This whole thing comes down to how confident you feel throughout the entire process. There is no way you can feel confident when you're already freaking out about next week's video. Using this secret will stop those feelings cold, and they will never come back and haunt you again. Coincidentally, it can all be explained in 1 minute. Now, imagine if those negative feelings never successfully attacked you while you're working on your video. Wouldn't you just feel unstoppable? Of course you would. The only way that can happen is when you know you've got next week in your back pocket. Then everything you do for this week's video becomes an act of pure generosity. So, first of all, you need to be one script ahead. Not one video ahead, not 2 videos ahead. We're talking about how this makes you feel in the moment. Ultimately, how you feel will determine whether or not you follow through on this project. So that whole writing process I just described to you, that's not about creating this week's video. It's about creating next week's video. That's the secret. Come up with ideas for next week. Write for next week. Produce for this week. Then everything you do, if you use the process I described, will be almost effortless. More importantly, you'll keep doing it. Simple? Yes, of course, absolutely. But try it, and I can almost promise it will change your life. Now, in our final lesson in this series, we're going to bring all of this together. What are the thresholds of quality you need to reach, and how do you use your series to generate more authority and income right out of the gate? You may be surprised by the answer. It's sure to be controversial, but we'll save it for next time. Till then, go write 2 scripts, and we'll see you next week on the 1 Minute Authority.